Welcome back. This is part of the new stuff that just dropped today. Yep, June 21st, 25. Dropped today. Leaders of History rap cipher. So this is a cipher from Rustage. There's that. We'll just give y'all an idea of who all is on this. We've got a bunch of people. Rustage as Caesar. Little Flicks as Ramses II. Mix as Cyrus the Great. The man Bishala, I think is how you say it. Alexander the Great. Aurora VT is Queen Sadoka? Some of these names I have no idea. Hala's on this is whoever the fuck that is. I don't know. Top Hamhat Kyo. I know he speaks Japanese. He's been on some other stuff. I'm assuming he is a Japanese leader at some point in history. Genghis Khan is Connor Quest. Schwabity is Alfred the Great. I think he was Prussian. Maybe. I don't know. Dan Bull, Harold Bluetooth. He's is he Irish or Scottish or something like that. I don't remember exactly where he is from. The stipendium is Charlemagne. I don't know how to pronounce either of those names there. Savage as Mansa Musa. Shao Dao as Zulu. Shaka Zulu. Okay, he's African. Him and Caesar were alive in the same time. I think they even had a little spat. Maguire as Solomon the Magnificent. I think that's Solomon. Lex Bratcher as Catherine the Great. I think she was Russian. Keyblade is Philip II. Kyoto is whatever the hell that name is. Louverture as Napoleon Bonaparte. Dripstick George Washington. Okay, so I guess they're all well, no, they're not all from, because Connor's from the UK and he's Genghis Khan, so I guess there's not really a significance to what artist is who in that aspect. I guess I was going to jump to conclusions there. That was a lot of that's a lot of names. That's a lot of people. This is a 11-minute song. This is going to be a long ass reaction, so y'all buckle in. We'll get right into it. Hey, dumbass, you could have, instead of reading it down here, you could have waited and it would have been right there. Whatever. Another look at the names.
Yeah. They see my legionnaires and my eagles better my flyer. Go ask my captors, say a price, I gon' tell them higher. My name in monster titles, no, I'm the man they admire. I gon' forge the flames of empires, don't wanna fuck with a Caesar.
Okay, wait. Did I catch that right?
The man they admire. I gon' forge the
No.
My name in monster titles, no.
Yeah. So
I'm the man they admire.
in the modern calendar, the reason we have the month of July is because of Caesar. The abbreviation for July is JUL. Julius Caesar. He's the reason we do that. Kind of stupid if you ask me, but I mean, whatever. What's the word I'm looking for? Powerful individuals throughout history are known to change things to make them look better or whatever, Well, that's why we get the quote, "The victors write history." You never really hear the losers' side. You only hear what the victors want you to hear. So it's a little tidbit for you.
I gon' forge the flames of empires. Don't wanna fuck with a Caesar. Big leader, res republic, current consul and speaker. Colosseum,
Okay.
the sudden fates are doing center stage, but they get stuck in the bleachers. Hate your teachers.
Okay, so the Rustage is known to do this, and I really like it because I'm a bit of a history nerd myself. So before Caesar was the ruler of the Roman Empire. Yeah, Roman. Um, he was a consult and a speaker for their parliament or whatever you want to call it. And then this next one, the Colosseum, and then stuck in the leisure. So this is referencing his assassination. Okay. Oh yeah, Shakespeare and Caesar were also back and forth. Yeah, that's right. They were around at the same time frame as well. Wow, it's crazy. You don't really think about it because when you think of moments in history, you're thinking, oh, well, these people never met. Caesar met Cleopatra. Like that's a thing that happened. They were. I think there was even like a conspiracy theory or something that they had a child together or something. It was never proven. But yeah, they were very much so in touch with one another. They knew of each other, and they were ruling at the same time. So, yeah. King to a slave, but they verse together, Rex 7 easy. I've been coming into battle like it's Venevited Vigi Bella on the commentary. I got records written neatly, got the money like a cross is hidden London to the masses. They can call me a dictator because the sinner getting needed. Even better when you see me leaving session like I see these other members of the continent are getting it like maybe hidden Cleo down and Egypt in my bella never titty yet like guys back in BC. When I was at war, I was out flag. There was no gap. No gap at all. Okay. Like maybe hitting Cleo down and he's doing a lot. Hitting Cleo. Okay, yeah, see, all right. Rustage knew what's up. Okay. Senate getting, okay, Senate, it was the Roman Senate. Okay, Parliament, Senate, what? It's the same shit. It's government. Who gives a shit? Getting even better when you see me leaving session like I see these other. Wait, what? Like a cross is hidden London to the masses. They can call me a dictator because the Senate getting even better when you see me leaving session. Leave them sectioned like a C-section. Jesus Christ. Like I see these other members of the. No. Okay. Okay, back in BC. Okay, so before Christ. Ramesses, since now we're doing the whole BC 80 BC biblical nonsense. Ramesses was Pharaoh when Moses was leading the Semites from Egypt back to the Holy Land. Yeah. Was it? I'm pretty sure it was Ramesses. I was out flat caught by the rank forces of a mad horde, and I still left every man more stamped on than the passport for my rat corpse. Now my back sore. And my body. That accent sounds exceedingly English. Mad horde, and I still left every man more stamped on than the passport for my rat corpse. Now my back sore. And my body aches because I'm soon to hit 90, and you and my hundreds of wives are invited to buy them. Like it's just slanted to know how long I reign. Hence the growth I made for the betterment of Egypt. Every enemy that threatened me is said to be defeated. But with Ali, you can tally up your dead. Here is totally dead, but that's on a man. I swear to second, I said it. It's gone to amateurs, there's none described. You put the fucking fancy on Aussie man. Your solely stands at the fucking raw. You'll never cook as hard as Gordon Ramsay's got your mouth. Alright, so I'm gonna keep it a whole buck with y'all. Don't know a whole lot about Egyptian history outside of, like, biblical importance. And we didn't get any of those references. I really have no idea. Cyrus the Great, we got a map that looks... What? I can't zoom in. That's the part that I don't like. Nope, can't zoom in there either. Shit. I don't know where that's a very interesting map. I don't know where that is. Babylon and all. Oh, that's crazy. Babylon, the city. That's crazy. That's another biblical reference. This bitch, I done conquered Lydia, Egypt and shit. I heard y'all was talking, y'all Babylon and on. Call your army, let's get this shit. I pull up to your border because of disturbance. They shaking, I'm making them nervous. Really the greatest, my service they worship. I can't get no blood on this shirt, man, it's Persian. Oh, yeah, okay, the Persian cloth, okay. Your bitch, that's for certain. Top 5, I'm getting them vote. My drip so deep, my fit's on Okay. So this was, yeah, 600 BC, yeah, so... Okay. Alexander the Great.
I'm saying make way or pain in the name 6 and I'm leaving no terrain that is safe for them. Made a layways, take him and pay great benefit, great in DA committed. I commit the campaigns, the naysayers, scripted the brain, shimmer the mains, glistening, clipping the quiver of baits, and minutes, a cut and close, facing the low
okay.
difference. Hey, pain driven made, here to stay filling, they get in my way, fatally slaying my name, and it's in the KDA, changing the game, no gains given. Your face with the greatest, the day I stay winning. Is that as a claim, embedded in my survival. Conquest, baby, stand ready for my arrival. Concept and principle, I'm just invincible. You're gonna fit in my. Okay. All right, yeah, he had Invincible references from the show and the comic. It wasn't really I don't know if it come out in the early 2000s. I think like 2002 or something. I can't remember if it was books or if it was comics. But yeah, the stand ready for my arrival is a reference to Conquest spoilers. And then, obviously, Invincible, the name of the show, the name of the main character. Yeah, Conquest. Okay, yeah. Stand ready for my arrival. Stand ready for my arrival, yeah. Concept and principle, I'm just invincible. You're gonna fit in my title. Okay.
Make way for the wise and generous. Eyes at the stuck on a pendulum. Hit a woman so much the planet set me up.
I don't know who this is.
So much I make it like a bus. Like a secret.
Okay.
To the young, the woman to the death. They don't know that they need me now. Pentagon, you song a person we get some.
That's what language is that? Hold on.
To the young, the woman to the death. They don't know that they need me now. Pentagon, you song a.
Hold on. I wanna figure out what language this is. Korean. Okay. Had to do a quick little search of those characters there. Korean. Okay. Okay, see, this is one thing that bothers me a little bit, particularly with Rustage and his ciphers and stuff, and not even ciphers. Like when he has a non-English speaking feature, he does their lyrics in the native tongue of that individual, which is fine. But could we please somewhere do subtitles like down here or something in English for those of us who don't speak Korean? I doubt that these will have. We'll try it and see. We'll see if it'll translate it. Nope. They did not work. They did not work. It sounds good though. Okay.
Only empress ruthless, and I had to be. You think men are impressive? Have them try it as ladies. When I took over the court, then I took over the country. Trying to grow, egon boom, but they judge me as cruel. I'm ready for the fist I rule with prejudice. Get of this new movement. Watch out, crown myself.
Wait, Hala, did you just?
Fist I rule with prejudice. Get of this new movement.
Chinese? It sounds kind of Chinese. Hold on. Whoa. Doing another thing. Son of a bitch. Chinese, yes, okay. Had to do some more intense searching there.
Watch out, crown myself now, so bow down on your knees. I've seized my dynasty.
Wait, so Hala, you speak Chinese? What the fuck? I Wait, hold on. I liked that. Wait a minute, that sounded weird, but I liked it.
Crown myself now, so bow down on your knees. I've seized my dynasty.
Okay, I like that. I liked the little singing in Chinese part right there. That was really nice. That sounded different and weird, but like good weird. I like that. That's Japanese. Wish I knew what he was saying. It sounds cool. Okay. 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 Okay, that's a crazy line, but it's also true. Something like 90% of the whole world's population, or some crazy number like that. It may not be exactly that number, but it's a ridiculously high number of people in the world can trace their roots back to Genghis Khan. The reason they can do that is because Genghis Khan was very forceful with women in many different ways, including the one that you're thinking of currently. It's unfortunate, but it's a fact of history. And it's I don't know why he done it. There's no really clear-cut answer for why he thought it was necessary to do it. They also, not to mention, did other heinous things. They pillaged and burned cities. They burned people alive. It was not a good time. But yeah, let's just, for the sake of argument, how many people can trace there? Okay, there we go. Trace back to Genghis Khan. Approximately 16 million men today are the direct descendants of Genghis Khan. 16 million, so not quite as high as I thought. But it's still a... So if you're in the former Mongolian Empire, that translates to roughly 8% of all men in that area, which doesn't really sound like a lot, but the Mongolian Empire was huge. So, it spread, let's see. Mongolian Empire spanned from, wow. So here's a date, or a map of it with a date from 1235 to 1263 AD. It spanned from Russia and as far east as Japan, and covered everything to almost Germany in Europe, and what would become the Ottoman Empire, India, all that. Like, it's all like the whole map. Let me see if I can open a different menu and pull it up here. If it would work. Is that the picture? Oh, come on, Google. You can be faster than that. I know you can. World Encyclopedia. Where's the picture? There it is. Did it not work? Okay, it didn't work, so we'll do it this way. Kaboom. So there you go. It spans from Japan and all of East Asia, includes West Asia, Middle East, not that part of the Middle East, but this part of the Middle East, Iran and all that, the Ottoman Empire, and just touching. So there's Ukraine, Kiev, and all that. That Constantinople, which was that was the capital of the Roman Empire before its downfall. So yeah, it tracked it. It was huge. So if you live in this area, 8% of this entire area can trace their roots back to Genghis Khan. We're gonna make that bigger. There we go. So yeah, fun little fact. We're gonna close that. I'm gonna open that back up, and I'm gonna leave that open, just in case I need to search something else.
Alfred the Great, son of the wolf, wields power and grace. Who you
Okay,
are, the merciful men make a kingdom from ashes and scout with a dance. I was the fifth in line and the last
Danish?
one left, still poker face, and though they stack my deck. Goddamn life was a trial by death, but by God's good luck, man, I passed that test. Only English monarch to have earned the grit, made the pagans vacate and learn their place. Showed a monster mercy and I turned their faith. Might have won the battle, but I burned the cakes. Met the Pope in Rome and God spoke, said my man Alfie's a top bloke. When it comes to the art of war, I'm ahead of my time like crossbows. See, I'm moving bardic, so damn charming, loyal man, I got those. King of the Anglo-Saxons, might have lost fights, but you'll never...
Okay, so he's an Anglo-Saxon, okay. That makes more sense. So he's probably the prince of the Danes, and then he become the from him obviously Anglo-Saxon. So what period was that? Not important. Moving on.
Harold Gormson, Irish vaginas where I was born from. I'm well respected.
Dan Bull coming in with the what? Okay. Alrighty then.
Vaginas where I was born from. I'm well respected in the ruining who's who. If you're connected, you can call me Bluetooth. I'm mated and sailing, invading and raiding. Rearranging the brains of the pagan and raining. The whole keys are man for all seasons. Whether you're Norwegian or even more Old Zealand. A cold heathens in cold Zealand. Your boy Harold, he done brought peace to the whole region. Oh Jesus, you reckon you're bringing the heavy bars on hard lines? You want yours, I took a stone and carved mine. Enslaved and wound, lass. Your life is in wound. Curulus Magnus Charlemagne, taking over your home, now charred remains. Got Bavaria, Saxony, part of Spain, and nobody's ever walked that path again. And you could hardly name a place, a nation state ungraced by the great that Charles became. Left the path that claims to kickstart the art on the heart of Arca like a on my reign. Brought systems into existence, Missy Dominici, for instance. Schmoozed the Pope and picked up the Christians. There ain't no resisting my infant. Pilgrims flock when I bid them go. Plus I got that holy Roman diplomacy. God knows when I grip that rose. Or if hurts Mr. Worldwide Hearts and globally.
Indian? Okay. We're doing it again. It has to be done because I can't. I have to know what these. It's driving me crazy. There we go. What language is it? Hindi. Yeah. So the language of India. Okay. Also would explain why it sounds kind of...
Now when it come to pesos, don't ever mention me with mustard. Meso, some black as they so paid a straight golden.
Okay, so Mansa Musa was the richest man in the world, richest ruler. He had so much wealth that he went on a tour and just started throwing it out in crowds. It's insane. Yeah, very, very wealthy. That's why he's like more than Musker Bezos.
Now when it come to pesos, don't ever mention me with mustard. Meso, some black as they so paid a straight gold and coverage trade goals he used today. So disrespect, I'm only king and check is not a thing. I boom me kind of means like boom, I bada bing. Or cause inflation by giving to the poor too many donations. Man to move to the mass producer, cash influence, stuff a path to do stuff big in architecture. Who need to protect us? Just check the neck for necklace collector. Assalamu alaikum, rock from my location, 60,000 deep and nobody can take us. Mecca what I pray to, Muslim too. Without me there would be no Timbuktu. It's crazy if you ain't.
Okay, the Timbuktu was he Muslim?
They can take us. Mecca what I pray to, Muslim too. Without me there would.
Did not know that. Apparently he was also Muslim. I had no clue.
Be no Timbuktu. It's crazy if you ain't heard of me. I'm responsible for many universities. So say what you want, ain't no burning me when I provided too many people's first degree.
I love to see the army scatter. Shaka, toe tagger, the best village ransacker. Zulu banner, short spit stabber. Coming like Caesar but blacker. Who's gonna make a Zulu?
He said like Caesar but blacker. That's crazy. Crazy. I mean, it's not a wrong description at all, but it's like, that's crazy.
Saka, Zulu banner, short spit stabber. Coming like Caesar but blacker. Who's gonna make a Zulu nation? Make a tribe train like a choo-choo station. In a war, recognize who you facing. Pin your crew down like a voodoo patient. Beat all with no sweat. Turning people to peaceful and you're dead. The elite call me lethal when you're set to be regal and lethal when I step. I'm an African warrior. Hit your rank with a flank with the loins stay taut. Grab the bull by the horns and you'll still get well, you know.
I'm dividends, paying dividends.
Ottoman Empire. I can't remember anything that he did though. That's the problem.
They say it's a small world, but not to me, bitch. My kingdom just blossom. So fuck your feelings. I'm reaching out, rushing on me. They'll pay my tax. I'll drape it on me. I made my stack. I'm saying sorry. They take that back. Standing in the presence of a God. I can see the crack in your facade. Stare down at the world. I'm at the top.
McGuire's vocals are crazy. Just absolutely crazy. I love listening to it.
See the crack in your facade. Stare down at the world. I'm at the top. Add another milli to the card. My world's magnificent.
How defeat these infants, so cowards they bowed to my feet. Political power was out of my reach until this was shouted the crown and beneath. I'm the queen that we're blessed with the charge. I the crown as my spouse until death did us part. I expanded the West and embarked on your culture and arts. New approaches to start. New roads to be paid.
Okay, I don't know if there will be made reference to it or not, but Catherine the Great it was well known to have an obsession with horses to the point that people often made comments that her lover after her husband passed was her favorite horse, which is a foul thing to say. Just absolutely foul. But again, that's one of those other things that people have, you know, it's kind of been passed through history. She was really big into Equestria, and yeah, it's a little tidbit. I don't necessarily think the horse lover thing is true. That's kind of weird, even by standards back then. You know, kind of seen as a taboo. I don't know. Why do people spread rumors anyway? So, yeah, that's a weird little tidbit, but excuse me. Yeah, Catherine the Great of Russia. so far, everything sounds right.
Shouted the crown and beneath. I'm the queen of a blessed with a charge. Had a clown as my spouse until death did us part. I expanded the West and embarked bringing culture and arts. New approaches to start. New roads to be paved, new expansions to mar. New search to be free, new plans to be sparked. Promote education and open the hearts of the openly spoken church. Go for remarks, reform, avocation, or modern advancement. Diplomacy, victory, enhancements. The legacy to be remembered for ages. Capped on the great, really capped on the greatest.
Disculpen, could you shut up for a millisecond? It's Philip II. Let me set the record straight. King of Spain, England, Netherlands, and some other lands. I can remember that many names. I changed the game, they never forget. My reign so great, no one's ever met a single domain so lit. Cause here this I never says, okay? Siempre que me siento en mi trono me centro, por eso volví capital a Madrid. Felipe don't need those red initiated. I sign every chance that I send to the streets. Girl, are you feeling filled? You could be my queen, raise my Philippines. See la gota, me gota, and I'm really ill, but with me wearing this.
Okay. That sounds also kind of Spanish-ish.
Is well known was if he's my prince. I got a born in the pits of the mid and having eclipse. I deep in Egyptians, while wives like Rosetta Stone, hard to read but thick as a bean. Country and act attacks and mastery, not good blanchett. Class 1 class at these sweet stats are natural. Exit crime from popes of royals, gods and straps from elephant. I'm a psychopath. Fuck's by my side. Mark. For my next natural pride. Charge. As it would appear, check out the chance, be on my peers and another tip. When Ray Wellington over tear, just a comedy fear to be sleeping off my career. Keep it short, I'm a historical giant. Under my focus. What is the son to a founding father? Lean teams whoop feet and I couldn't sleep. And you my child to me so I wouldn't speak. And when I knew a true beast was some more than teeth. Okay, post war they didn't give me a place. I surveyed land and now I'm off of the map. Delegation how I'm rocking the stages. With nasty rains like intolerable acts. Grow up in a tug out since pop time. I'm a raw while on the field here at shot spot. Delaware river the flow, you couldn't cross high. And even as a little child I cannot lie. Christmas package for the enemy, no gift to rapping. Just leave them in the cold, give them frostbite. Cherry tree swinging hot chop ride. Before Porsche, high speed horsepower like a...
Okay, so anybody who knows American history, they're gonna catch some of these. So we're gonna run it back because I'm gonna know more about George Washington than just about any of these others.
Couldn't sleep, and you were my child to me so I wouldn't speak. And when I knew a true beast was some more than teeth. Okay, toast.
Okay, so yeah, he did have false teeth. They weren't wooden though. That's a common misconception. They weren't wooden teeth. They were actually made of goat's teeth. Very primitive dentures, compared to what we have now, obviously. But yeah, they used goat or sheep or something like that. Some kind of... definitely a sheep or a goat. I don't think they used anything else. But yeah.
They didn't give me a place. I surveyed land and now I'm off of the map. Delegation how I'm rocking the stages. With nasty rains like intolerable acts. Grow up in a tug out since pop time. I'm a raw...
Okay, so when his dad died, he took over, I believe it was the family farm. Something like that. Whatever he as oftentimes, especially back then when the father dies, the son usually takes over all the responsibility. That's a very common thing to happen throughout history.
While on the field here at shot spot, Delaware River the flow.
Okay. Delaware River, the flow. Okay, so they cross the Delaware. I'm assuming when he mentions flow, I'm sure he's talking it being ice cold because they crossed it in December.
Couldn't cross hard, and even as a little child, I cannot lie.
Okay, even as a child, I could not lie. Yeah. So there's a common story about George Washington not being able to being physically unable to lie, which I think is a little far-fetched. I think that's something like parents would tell their children, like, "Oh, hey, why are you telling lies? That so and so couldn't lie. Whatever." Just a parenting thing. I think that's where that kind of come out from. Just like Abraham Lincoln, Honest Abe. Were these people honest? Who knows? I wasn't alive when they were alive. I wasn't there. I don't know. But again, these are things that people throughout history are repeating. And again, I think it's more to do with parenting styles, but whatever.
Christmas package for the enemy, no gift.
Christmas package, yeah, because they crossed the Delaware on Christmas Eve.
The rappers, leave them in the cold, give them frostbite.
Yep.
Tree swing, hot shot,
Okay. I don't know why it didn't pause. That was weird. Okay, so cherry tree. So that's where the story of the line comes from. Is he chopped? And when he was a kid, he chopped down a cherry tree, and his dad asked if he chopped it down. He said no, and it's a whole story, right? So that's where people got no, he can't lie, because after that he was punished or whatever, and then was unable to lie, or chose not to lie, or whatever. However the story goes. This is just rough. Okay.
If you trying to bust, got cannons punch you with the damage and blow. Real precedent for all the future presidents. Knockout win, unanimous votes. Like Mount Rushmore, they froze in the face. Rolling Stone, and you standing there.
Okay, Rolling Stone, Mount Rushmore. Okay, I like that.
Immortalized, I am the man in the mold. Even when I die, I can't abandon my home. Yeah.
Okay. I like that. Yeah, that was a cool little thing. Really long reaction. There was a lot going on. But yeah, for the most part, I liked just about everything. There were little things here and there that they didn't really set right, but overall it did really well. Again, with Rustage, he always adds extra historical facts in there, so I really liked that on the ones that I could understand. There was a lot of them that I couldn't catch. But yeah, so that'll do it for this one. Y'all go check out the original show all these artists support. And we'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.